Welcome to Practical Finance Pro, where we provide valuable videos on personal finance. If you enjoy content related to managing your finances effectively, make sure to subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Have you ever thought about how some people can become incredibly wealthy while others struggle to make ends meet? Does it make you wonder if there's some sort of secret formula to becoming rich that you're missing out on? Well, in this video I'll share 10 things that rich people do that poor people don't, which in most cases makes the difference between financial success and financial distress. 1. The rich focus on opportunities rather than obstacles. In most cases, rich people tend to focus on opportunities rather than obstacles. They tend to see opportunities where most people see no opportunities. Let's consider two shoe salesmen trying to expand their business in a new town. The first salesman encountered a challenge when trying to sell shoes to the local population. He assumed that the natives didn't wear shoes, making the sales process quite difficult. Frustrated, he quickly gave up and decided to leave the area. However, on his way out, he coincidentally met another shoe salesman. The first salesman discouraged him from entering the town, saying, "These people don't even wear shoes." To the second salesman's surprise, he realized that no one in the town owned any shoes. Instead of seeing this as an obstacle, he saw it as a tremendous opportunity. His eyes widened with excitement as he thought, if no one has shoes, I could sell a pair to everyone in town. This example demonstrates a stark difference in perspective. The first salesman saw obstacles and gave up, while the second salesman saw an untapped market and felt fortunate to have stumbled upon it. The second salesman's positive mindset and ability to see opportunities where others saw obstacles are characteristic of the rich. They tend to associate with positive, successful people and are willing to enter arenas that many wouldn't even dream of. 2. Poor people tend to buy stuff that they don't need. In places with great income inequality, those people with lower incomes live under great social stress. Their low position in the social hierarchy is more obvious and more consequential. In response, some poor people purchase the kinds of goods that create the impression that they have social resources to spare, even when they are cash-strapped. And people living in low-income neighborhoods, the ones who are relatively well off compared to their neighbors, are nevertheless worried that they'll be misperceived as resource-poor. So they purchase expensive and conspicuous goods, to make sure their resources are visible to outsiders. That is a quote from the article on Forbes.com. In many cases, poor people tend to buy things they don't need for the sake of showing off. Conversely, individuals with a wealthy mindset understand that the goal is to accumulate wealth rather than simply appearing rich. That is why poor people often work hard for their money but then spend it all on unnecessary items, such as upgrading their smartphones or buying new cars even when their current ones are still functional, all with the aim of pleasing others. 3. Not having a long-term mindset. The rich typically possess a long-term mindset when it comes to their financial decisions and goals. Unlike the poor, who may focus on immediate gratification and short-term pleasures, the rich understand the importance of delayed gratification and strategic planning. They prioritize building wealth and securing their financial future, rather than indulging in impulsive purchases or seeking temporary status symbols. A long-term mindset allows the rich to make thoughtful investment choices, patiently grow their assets, and take calculated risks that can yield substantial returns over time. They understand that wealth accumulation is a gradual process that requires discipline, perseverance, and a willingness to make sacrifices in the present for greater rewards in the future. Moreover, the rich recognize the value of financial education and continuously seek opportunities to expand their knowledge and skills in money management, investing, and business. They understand that building and sustaining wealth requires ongoing learning and adaptation in an ever-changing economic landscape. By adopting a long-term mindset, the rich can resist the temptation of instant gratification and make decisions based on their long-term financial objectives. They prioritize investments that generate sustainable income, diversify their portfolios, and engage in wealth-building strategies such as entrepreneurship, real estate investments, and long-term asset accumulation. 4. Most poor people tend to have no money saved. Although poor people often face numerous obstacles and financial difficulties that make saving money challenging, such as limited income and high living expenses, their lack of financial literacy exacerbates the problem. The absence of adequate financial education and access to resources further hinders their ability to develop effective saving habits. Limited knowledge about budgeting, saving strategies, and investment opportunities can prevent individuals with lower incomes from taking steps towards building savings and achieving financial security. In contrast, rich people tend to possess a deeper understanding of the importance of saving, as they have acquired the knowledge and resources necessary to prioritize and successfully save for the future. According to this article on MoneyGuy.com, the majority of Americans can't come up with $1,000 in case of an emergency. As of January 2023, the report shows that 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. This is a concerning reality, as it means that a sudden emergency could completely derail their financial lives. 5. Poor people tend to have many kids. According to an article on WashingtonPost.com, raising a child is expensive. From the day your baby is born until the day they turn 18, your family will spend about $310,605, or about $17,000 a year, according to a new Brookings Institution analysis of data from the U.S. Agriculture Department. This represents a significant cost, and when considering having 10 children, the expenses would multiply by tenfold. It is important to clarify that we are not implying that having children is inherently negative. We are simply presenting the facts. The reality remains that the number of children one has can significantly impact their financial situation. In low-income neighborhoods, it is common for individuals to have larger families compared to those residing in wealthier neighborhoods. 6. Poor people surround themselves with other poor people. It has been said that the company you keep influences your mindset and opportunities. In many cases, individuals facing poverty may find comfort and familiarity in social circles composed of others facing similar financial circumstances. This preference for familiar surroundings can create a sense of community and support. On the other hand, those with a wealthier mindset often recognize the value of surrounding themselves with individuals who possess diverse knowledge, skills, and successful experiences. They understand the importance of engaging with smart, forward-thinking people and actively seek out opportunities for collaboration and idea sharing. By doing so, they open themselves up to a wider range of possibilities and increase their chances of achieving success. 7. Poor people believe that others should help them reach their goal. In certain cases, individuals with limited financial means may rely on the help of others to support them in reaching their goals. This can stem from a recognition of the value of community and the understanding that collaboration and support can enhance their chances of success. It is essential to foster a culture of mutual aid and support, where individuals from all backgrounds can access the resources and assistance they need. 8. Poor people tend to gamble a lot. In most cases, poor people tend to believe in luck and tend to gamble a lot. This is no surprise that gambling businesses do well in poor societies. Gambling is not a reliable or sustainable path to financial success. While it is true that some individuals have experienced financial gains through gambling, it is important to understand that these instances are exceptions rather than the norm. The majority of people who engage in gambling activities end up losing money in the long run. Gambling relies on chance and luck, and the odds are always in favor of the house or the gambling operators. The underlying principle of gambling is that the amount of money you can win is directly related to the amount of money others have lost. Therefore, it is not a reliable or consistent method for building wealth or achieving financial success. In fact, gambling can often lead to financial difficulties and addiction. It can be highly addictive, and individuals may find themselves chasing losses or spending more than they can afford in the hopes of recouping their losses. This can result in significant financial strain, debt, and negative impacts on personal and family relationships. To achieve long-term financial success, it is generally recommended to focus on more reliable strategies such as education, career development, entrepreneurship, budgeting, saving, and investing. These methods emphasize building a solid financial foundation, making informed decisions, and diversifying income sources. It is important to approach financial success with discipline, patience, and a long-term perspective rather than relying on risky and unpredictable gambling activities. 9. Poor people tend to gamble a lot. In most cases, poor people tend to believe in luck and tend to gamble a lot. This is no surprise that gambling businesses do well in poor societies. Gambling is not a reliable or sustainable path to financial success. While it is true that some individuals have experienced financial gains through gambling, it is important to understand that these instances are exceptions rather than the norm. The majority of people who engage in gambling activities end up losing money in the long run. Gambling relies on chance and luck, and the odds are always in favor of the house or the gambling operators. The underlying principle of gambling is that the amount of money you can win is directly related to the amount of money others have lost. Therefore, it is not a reliable or consistent method for building wealth or achieving financial success. In fact, gambling can often lead to financial difficulties and addiction. It can be highly addictive, and individuals may find themselves chasing losses or spending more than they can afford in the hopes of recouping their losses. This can result in significant financial strain, debt, and negative impacts on personal and family relationships. To achieve long-term financial success, it is generally recommended to focus on more reliable strategies such as education, career development, entrepreneurship, budgeting, saving, and investing. These methods emphasize building a solid financial foundation, making informed decisions, and diversifying income sources. It is important to approach financial success with discipline, patience, and a long-term perspective rather than relying on risky and unpredictable gambling activities. 10. Poor people tend to have a scarcity mindset. Individuals facing poverty may often exhibit a scarcity mindset, which refers to a mindset that focuses on limitations, scarcity, and a perceived lack of resources. This mindset can be influenced by the challenging circumstances and constant struggle to meet basic needs that individuals in poverty often experience. A scarcity mindset can lead to behaviors such as hoarding resources, reluctance to take risks, and a heightened fear of uncertainty. This mindset can also contribute to a cycle of poverty, as individuals may be less likely to seek opportunities for growth, invest in their education, or take calculated risks that could potentially improve their financial situation. To break free from a scarcity mindset, it is important to foster a sense of abundance and empowerment. This can be achieved through access to education, financial literacy, mentorship, and opportunities that enable individuals to develop a growth mindset. Encouraging individuals to focus on possibilities, cultivate resilience, and seek out resources and support can help shift their mindset from scarcity to abundance. What do you think about this listing? Are we right or wrong? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. Thank you and wishing you success in your financial journey.